guys, it's Brandon Miniman from Techno Buffalo, and this is a review for you of the Macally BookStand iPad case. This case is about $50, which is about $10 more than the standard Apple iPad case, although you can actually get it from some online retailers for $10 less, $40. So really it's the same price as the Apple iPad case, you know, the rubbery black one. So let's take a look at this case, and I'll tell you what's good about it and what's bad about it. So it's made out of this micro suede-like material. It's synthetic, but it's very soft, and it looks nicer, I think, than the standard iPad case that you can buy from Apple. The way that it works is that you take off the little flap there, you flip it over, and just like the iPad case from Apple, you have to connect something back here so that you get it into a stand. So I can rest this on a table and have this sort of viewing angle, or you can turn it like this and have a more sort of propped up viewing angle that's more so conducive to, you know, watching movies or looking at the newspaper while you're eating lunch, things like that. This is actually one of the best features of this case, is that you can place it in this angle and it stays extremely sturdy. One of the problems with the iPad case from Apple is that when you go into this angle, it gets a little bit rocky back and forth. But this is extremely sturdy, and it even will prop up on a couch or an uneven surface because it's got a very thick surface down here that keeps it in place. So that's one of the best features of the case, and of course you can go into this other angle, which is good for typing. But one of the problems with this angle is that you get a little bit of rock side to side. This really doesn't bother me. One of my friends noticed it and found it to be a little bit annoying, but most of the time I'm using it in this vertical angle, and so I don't have any sort of issue with that. In terms of the protection, I haven't yet dropped this, which is a good thing, I guess, but I think that if I did drop this, thanks to the protection on the corners and the front and the back, the iPad will be safe. There is some exposed area here, and on the iPad case from Apple, you don't get this exposed area, but again, I think if I drop this, it's going to land on a corner or on the front or on the back, so I think I'm pretty safe with that. Now, a few pros and a few cons. The pros, as I mentioned, is that fantastic sturdiness that you get in the vertical angle. Another pro is that the material is nice to the touch. It looks great. It looks high quality. It actually sort of looks like real suede from across the room. Some cons is that the construction is a little bit questionable when you get close up. You can see that this is a kind of cheap synthetic material. I'm a little bit concerned that the stitching is going to fall apart after a few months, and I also don't like how you can get creases in here if you rest it on a weird surface, a weird textured surface. I'm also a little bit worried about how long this sort of clasp will last, because it requires that this clasp stays tight to keep this flap going over onto the side. But overall, this iPad case has changed the way that I use the iPad. I no longer have to prop it up in some weird position, and I like that it's different than the iPad case that you get from Apple. So overall, I recommend the Macally BookStand iPad case. I'll post a link on Techno Buffalo on how to get it, and it's got my stamp of approval. So that's it for now.